In October of last year, during a Staples High School boys soccer game, at halftime, students are on the field, they're kicking the soccer ball, they're having a good time. A student went down. He had suffered a sudden cardiac arrest. I grabbed my AED out of my car and immediately got down to the field and helped the trainers perform CPR, and we used the AED to bring him back to life. 5 years ago, children of two of our closest friends were lost due to sudden cardiac arrest, and if there had been an AED on site, maybe it would have made a difference. What this event showed me is that minutes really matter, and had we not had an AED in our car, maybe the outcome wouldn't have been favorable. So we said, okay, how many AEDs are in the schools? How many are on the sports fields? How many are in the community centers? We realized there was a need for more AEDs in the community.
Realizing just how vital the AED was, I thought, we can make a difference. There aren't enough of these. There was a shortage of them in our town. And what can we do to increase awareness and make a difference? And we can do that best by partnering with the hospital because they have the expertise, the medical staff. One of the things is we had some of the Staples High School students, they're in a service organization called Service League of Boys, and they met at the hospital and donated their time on a Saturday. And one of the individuals there was the gentleman whose life was saved. And we began unpacking the 100 AEDs that we were donating, preparing them all for distribution, labeling all the boxes, installing all the batteries, checking the serial numbers. It was really an overwhelming task. We were so thankful that we had this group of volunteers to help us set all them up, and now they're getting ready to go out into the community. If anything, this initiative is going in the right direction, and it is making a positive impact on our community.
It's really coming along. To date, we've purchased the AEDs. We've assembled all of the AEDs. We're in the process of distributing the mounting cases, exterior and interior cases, depending upon the preference of the town, to the municipalities, to the boards of education, and to the Parks and Recs departments. And as soon as those are mounted in the next few weeks, we're going to deploy the AEDs themselves out into the communities. And at that point, the process of deploying the AEDs will be complete, and we will continue on with our community education and CPR training efforts.
Hospitals traditionally have been very good at preparing services and specialties here at the hospitals to receive patients when they're sick, receive patients when they're injured. So we're very good at preparing for patients when they come to the hospital and they really need us. What we want to do, what we want to get better at is really getting out into the communities and bringing our services out into the community. So how do we make patients well and prevent them from coming to the hospital in the first place? How do we make sure that when patients are out in the community and are injured, that we can actually put programs together to make sure we reach them sooner and make sure we get to them in a much quicker amount of time and provide, like I said, a better outcome for patients. And so this project really helps us do that by getting the tools necessary to really aid an individual in the community much faster, so when they come to the hospital they have a much better chance of survival and better health outcomes as a result of having this AED out in the community. I think it's a great thing that every community should consider.